Hi, this is Matt DeFord. I've got some ink that I want to show you today. I'm going to be testing it out, unboxing it. It is Monteverde Blue Document ink. So this ink is meant for archival purposes. It's meant to dry quickly, but also to keep the flow and to be archival, so that if it gets wet or whatever, it will stay. So it'll be good for your archival documents. So I'm going to be testing this out today. Okay, well, here is the ink. This is the Monteverde Blue Document ink. I'm really interested in this one. I'm grateful for Yafa Brands for sending this to me. The Blue Document ink, I love waterproof inks because I do these cartoons where I watercolor over the top, and so I love a good waterproof ink. Now, this may be a different sort of waterproof ink that's meant for documents and archival, and so it might run a little bit, may not be good for the watercolor, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to put it in this Conklin Enduradeco Crest today and swatch it right here so that I can have it available, and I'm going to try it out, see how it goes. Oh, that is bright. That is a lovely bright blue. Well, let's take a peek at this and see what it does. So it looks like as it is drying, where it is thinner, it's going to get a little, I guess I could say, cloudier or less intense in its brightness. So let's give this a try. Let's fill this up, see how it writes. Let's give this a try. Okay, feels fluid, feels lovely. I'm going to try some writing samples in just a second. I want to take a look at this a little closer. So as with archival document ink, sometimes it's formulated to dry quickly. It's formulated so that it will stay even if it gets wet, and so sometimes they can be a little dry. Sometimes they can be a little dry in the pen, dry on the nib, and in the feed. And so we'll see how this goes throughout the week. I'm going to try to do a little bit of writing here and see how it goes. Feels smooth. Feels pretty nice. Okay, that's where we're at right there. I'm going to give it a little time and see if it will accept some water. Actually comes out pretty clean. You can see where I was faster, where I slowed down. You can see that it's a little less intense in its color. We'll see how it does over time. It looks like as it dries, it doesn't retain a royal blue or a navy. It gets a little bit less intense. So we'll see how that goes. Let's give it a minute or two, and we'll see if it can take some water. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and try it. Use one of my watercolor brushes that I use. I'm just going to take this and run it through there. Okay, looks like there is a little bit of bleeding, but not a whole lot. Quite lovely. I'm gonna try it. I'll probably give it a day. I'm gonna write another mark, and I will give it, well, I'll give it a day, and then I'll give it an hour. So this was 2 minutes. This will be 1 hour, and this will be 1 day. And we will continue to test it out, and I will use the ink and try it out. So in the meantime, I was looking at the paper that comes with the ink, and it says that the permanent ink never fade. They're completely water resistant to ensure that your message is never lost. Developed for precision and seamless movement, these inks guarantee a smooth writing experience. And that's what I experienced. It was very smooth to write with. Sometimes, as I mentioned, the waterproof inks or document inks can be a little dry in the nib and on the paper, but I did not experience that with this one. Okay, it's been an hour. Let's give this second line a try with the water. Looks about the same. I have a feeling that in a day it'll look the same too. So the lines stay strong, but the little bit of color bleeds, but the line doesn't bleed. So that's good news. That's some good ink for that. Maybe not for watercolor, but for this, for documents, for archival things, this is a great ink. I'll give it a try tomorrow. Here's after a day of drying. Let's see how this does with the water. Exactly the same. Very good. Just not quite good enough for watercolor. So, just a couple of thoughts to end with. This blue document ink from Monteverde is a lovely ink. For one, the color is beautiful. It comes out in a really intense blue. It fades a little bit. If you use a wider nib, you'll retain that, and I'm sure there'll be a little overlap and lovely depth with the ink. But this ink is meant to be archival. It's meant to protect your documents in case of rain, in case of all sorts of things, mold, whatever. This is a good ink for that. For me, it's not the best ink for what I do. I do these little cartoons, and the cartoons are watercolored over, and so I need the ink to stay fast, to stay strong. This is very close to that. I noticed that it ran a little bit, but not a whole lot. But it is a lovely ink, and it is ink that I will use. Thank you, Yapper Brands.